Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I have something a little bit different for you today. I thought I'd do it while it's the long summer holidays here in the UK because it might appeal to some of our younger viewers, but I think it will appeal to some of our older viewers like me as well. I hope so anyway. So it's going to be another thrift flip. I have done three thrift, that's hard to say, 3 thrift flip videos recently. This one's a bit different because it's going to be a thrift flip on a tiny scale, a Barbie size scale. Other fashion dolls that are available. I'm not a particular supporter of Barbie. In fact, I'm very much not a supporter of Barbie, and I have done some hideous things to Barbies in the past. But today we're going to let her be glamorous and beautiful. And we're just going to enjoy it. So I have had a long obsession with these dolls ever since I didn't have them when I was a kid, really. And I went through a phase of buying them up on eBay when I saw them really cheap, with a view to making them over and also doing some hideous things to them. We're not going to look at the hideous things today. I was inspired by, I don't know if he was a Spanish or Mexican artist I saw many years ago. I can't find him now. I just had a look. I can't find him. There's another Mexican artist who looks brilliant. Anyway, there are these amazing artists who do fabulous things with these kind of fashion dolls. They do complete repaints. They get big fashion designers, big name fashion designers to do their clothes for them. They make them over into like a celebrity portrait. It's incredible what they do. Just type in something like custom doll artist and I promise you'll go down a whole rabbit hole if you want to. So I have got a suitcase full. Tom thinks it's hilarious. I've got a suitcase full of Barbies. Most of them haven't got faces on. I've taken their faces off already. They've got the shape of their face, but I've taken the paint off. You can do that with acetate. You can also build onto them with clay or epoxy. You can take bits off. You can heat them. Their bodies are made of, I think it's 4 different types of plastic, depending on which part it is. But you can treat it in various ways with heat and things to be able to bend and manipulate the limbs and things as well. I've sawn them in half and changed them and done all kinds of things. Today I'm not going to be altering the actual dolls. I'm going to be altering a bag of Barbie clothes. So these are cheap and cheerful Barbie clothes. You can get a pack like this on Amazon or eBay for £6 or £7 and upwards, depending on the size of it. You get some shoes and accessories in there, some, you know, a selection of clothes, but they are cheap and cheerful. The materials aren't all that. They're not really very well made. And I'm going to see what we can do to improve these and see if I can make a little capsule wardrobe for a Barbie. And we'll see how it goes. If they turn out all right in the end, I'll do them as a giveaway in the next live. I'll put here to show you one Barbie and Ken, because I have got some Kens as well, makeover that I did. And it's very good timing actually. We're just coming up to our, I'm bound to get this wrong, I think it's 13th. John's better at this than I am. Wedding anniversary. We did all of our own. It was a completely do-it-yourself wedding, and I was still icing my wedding cake about 11 o'clock in the morning on the day of the wedding, 2 hours before we were getting married, 1 hour before everybody was going to turn up for the pre-wedding party. It was an amazing day, and we spent a few months running up to it, making the bunting and the gifts and yeah, it was an incredible time. It's an incredible time to look back on. One of the things I did was when you get the bridal couple cake topper thing. Of course, we couldn't have an ordinary one. I made a cake that was covered in chocolate, because John likes chocolate fudge cake and he likes chocolate marble cake. So basically it's a chocolate marble cake, vanilla and chocolate marble cake, big kind of slab cake. We had 120 people to feed, so covered with chocolate fudge icing with I think I put hazelnuts in it to look like the muddy fields we were walking through when we first got together. I wanted to make these dolls to look like us walking across this muddy field, so I'll take you to the desk and show you properly there. Hang on. So here we go. This is the me one. Now I She had to have a little amputation there. And then have her stumps glued back into her boots because she was just too tall. She definitely had to be more dumpy and stumpy for me to represent me. I made her try to cut the glasses out of cardboard and painted them. At the time I had these kind of metallic purpley glasses, so that's what that was. I did have a hat very much like this and a jumper very much like this, but I had to wrap some padding around her middle to sort of make her look more like my actual shape. So you can see she's a much more realistic shape than, you know, your classic Barbie. For a start, her feet, she's not standing on her tiptoes. I think I made the hat out of an old sock actually, and I did a bit of a repaint job to give her a few sort of lines on her face and heavier eyebrows, and I made her look a little bit like me. I think I filed the nose down a bit to make it more my shape. I've got more of a rounded, this was a little retroussé nose, which I definitely do not have. So that's the me one. And then this is the John one. I didn't have to do too much to the shape of his face because he's quite like a Ken-shaped face. The funny thing is, when he walks, he does hold his hands like that, just like that. He would always be leading the way. That's why he's got the stick. You know, he'd always be in front and I'd be toddling along behind. And yeah, he got a paint job as well to make it the right colour eyes and give him some more expression in his face. Yeah, looking very serious. I actually think it really does look quite a lot like him. And obviously I had to alter the hair. I couldn't find you don't get a Ken with grey hair. Not yet anyway. I do love that there is now a move towards, Mattel have been making some more realistic shaped dolls and also different ethnicities and things, which I think is, yeah, about time. that was our cake topper on our giant muddy filled chocolate cake. This is the bag of clothes that I've got to play with. We'll have a better look at them in a minute. I also put these here just to show you, in case you didn't know, you can actually get patterns to make clothes to fit these size dolls. And I think I bought this one to use as a basis, because I thought with this basic sort of jacket stroke shirt pattern, trousers, dress and a top, I could probably adapt that to create most clothes I'd want to make. So I thought that was a really useful pattern to have, but you can see I've not actually got around to doing anything with it. That might end up coming out this time. I do love making tiny things. It was one of the first things I ever did sewing wise as a kid, was making little doll clothes. So, although I never had a Barbie. And then there's this one, beautiful vintage one. I mean, Barbie's always been a fashion icon, hasn't she? And I'd forgotten, but you can see that I've started to cut out here. Look at it, even got all the little tailor tacks, everything just like a real pattern. I'm going to have to finish this off now because that is just blimming gorgeous, isn't it? But that's not the project for today. Just thought I'd show you that. I have got 4 models in specially today. I rummaged through my suitcase. Sorry ladies, I don't want to get demonetised on YouTube. So yeah, what I'm hoping to do is to take this bag of clothes and imagine a celebrity Barbie and see if I can make her a fun little capsule wardrobe. You can see that apart from this one, I've actually already taken the features off, ready to repaint them. Ladies, you can wait in the wings for a little while. And let's see what we've got in this bag. Well, I've already seen, but you can see, you know, you get initially, you get quite a lot in the pack. But then when you come to look at it quite closely, it's a bit, some of them are nicer than others. I love this one. But I do think it can be improved upon and accessorised. We can glam it up even more. What I don't like about it is this quite chunky, clumsy Velcro at the back. I did buy, when I was out the other day, a pack of the tiniest hooks and eyes I could find. All of these, where they've got fastenings, they tend to be this chunky Velcro. One of the first things I'm going to do is take that off, because that will be replaced. So for a dress like this, what I might end up doing is creating a lace-up back, because that would be quite glamorous, wouldn't it? I love this little fur jacket. How gorgeous is that? Little pair of trousers is quite cute, again with the with the Velcro, so I'll have to do something about that, I think. I have got some tiny poppers somewhere as well. Poppers might be better for the trousers, and I might just do some kind of a customization on this just to make it more fun. You know, just as if I was doing a thrift flip on full-size clothes. Maybe I could do like we used to do when I was in my teens, where you would cut a slit down here and put a big extra piece in to make it to make them bell bottoms. Let's give her some hippie chic boho vibe. I love this one. This is really nice. I like the little belt on it and things with the tiny buckle. That's really cute. Again, I think can be added to, maybe with lots of net underneath. Improve the fastening. This is fun. I think we could make her into one of the pink ladies from Greece. I think that would be fun, wouldn't it? This one, there are things I like about this. I love that it's kind of asymmetrical. It's quite stylish. You just got the strap on one side, and the train is kind of longer on one side. I think that's quite nice. I hate the Velcro again. The stitching is awful. We can improve on that. Basically, it's going to be a question of improving on the fastenings, just the general sort of finishing of it, like getting rid of stuff like that, adding bits to it. I've got some scraps of fabric and things I can add to it. We haven't got scrap fabrics. You know, think about cutting up old clothes or something you're not using anymore, or ribbons are quite good. You can use bits of ribbon for dolls' clothes as well, and it's quite nice that they all tend to be finished either side so they don't fray. So you know, you could gather that up to make a little skirt or something. And this one's a beautiful velvet ribbon. Now that could be really handy. So I've kept those nearby as well. I've got some lace there, broderie anglaise. I like that one. I think we can do something. We can add a bit to the sleeves to make it more fun, and I think just a nicer motif on there. But the fabric of that is actually quite nice. Maybe a bit of extra petticoat or something. Some of them I think are just like, you know, I wouldn't put those straps with that dress, or those straps with that dress. It's quite nasty fabric. It's almost papery feeling. Some of these. Where's that other one? Yeah, this one is very good. So that initially you think, oh, that looks fun, but actually this is so crackly. It's like, ugh. I'm not sure about that. But what I might do is harvest the beautiful net. I think the laces are too big a scale, so I might take the lace off and save that for something else. This beautiful big flower here might work on this dress, perhaps. Make it really special. And combine this with it as well, possibly. Something like that. And there's a lot of this style dresses. So there's lots to play with there. Love these little flowery trousers. Don't think I'd need to do much with them, other than make sure I've got a nice top to go with them. And I love this top. I think that's gorgeous. Give these a bit of boho style and add this to it. I can make a lovely little festival outfit for our celebrity. Then there are also the accessories. So we've got these shoes. It's one of the things I hate about Barbie, and yet I love about Barbie. The impossibility of these shoes and her feet, you know. Obviously they're pretty leery colours and quite plasticky looking, but what I'm thinking is if I can paint them to look more realistic and leathery, I think they could look quite good. And there's handbags. Again, they can be painted and made to look more realistic. Glasses. I could finish them in different colours. I could fill in the lenses. Definitely tart up the tiaras. I think maybe that's a tiara and this is a necklet. What should we do first? I think maybe one of the most straightforward ones is going to be this makeover, probably. And I've got loads and loads of beads and things. I can make her some lovely boho beads to go with this outfit too. I'm not saying I've got to only use what's in this pack. I can definitely enhance it with other things that I've already got. Well, I missed this one before, so that's a really cute little t-shirt, isn't it? It just needs a little bit of attention to improve the finish of it. That could look really nice. Let's go into makeover number 1. I'm going to do the trousers first. I'm going to just try this on there first, just to make sure they do actually fit. What I could do with being a bit longer. You can see how much I've got here, and I don't want this to be a little series of videos. I want to do this all in one video, so obviously I'm not going to be able to show everything. Just going to give you an idea of what I'm doing. Oh, it's nice to get rid of that horrible Velcro. It's just too chunky for the scale of these. I can see why they do it. It's cheap and easy. Sewing poppers on is much more tricky. Okay, that's the Velcro gone. Let's take this apart. So yeah, if you have got a young person spending time with you in the summer holidays, wanting something to do, who likes creating things and maybe is learning to sew, you don't need a machine. I'm not going to be using a machine for any of this. I'm going to do it all by hand. So really, needle and thread, pair of scissors, some scraps, one of these cheap kits for less than a tenner, and I think that would be, for me as a kid, that would have been days of amusement, and at the end hopefully something really nice to show for it as well that I can be proud of and learn some skills along the way. I'm taking this one completely apart so I can just use the fabric. I can't be bothered unpicking that seam. I'm just going to snip and rip. There we go. So what I'm going to do is cut this into four same size strips, then make them into a triangle, and then I'm going to insert the triangle in here. So let's just cut a little slit up here. I'm just going to snip this side seam open as well. Just try it up against my model here. So the split will start there, and then I want to add an extra piece on the bottom as well, but I'll put the triangles in first. I cannot be bothered trying to unpick that hem, so I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to cut 4 strips like that, and then I'm going to cut each of the strips into a triangle. So I'll do that by folding it in half lengthwise, and now I'm just going to cut from that centre point down towards that corner. I think that'll do it. I hope so. So we'll make 4 triangles like that, and each of them will then be inserted into this slit that I've cut here in the trouser legs. There we go. So I will just line that up along there, stitch along there, then I'll line this one up, stitch along there, on this side, this side, this side, this side, and then I need to find another piece to add on the bottom because they weren't long enough, were they? Right, I finished stitching my first triangle in. Just trim that off a little bit. I might just go around here with a quick blanket stitch or something just to make sure that seam doesn't fray out. You can see you've now got these lovely little insets that will make it look like little bell bottoms. I need to also find my tiny poppers and put a popper here because I didn't want that Velcro fastening, and then I need to take the Velcro off of this and replace it with a couple of hooks and eyes. It's the next morning from when I started filming. I have finished these trousers, or almost finished them. I cut one of the little flowers out of this fabric that was left over and made it into a decorative patch. Another little scrub of the fabric there and some sequins. Added that extra piece on the bottom. That's the only thing so far I've added out of my stash. And I'm going to make the trousers so that they fasten at the back with a tiny popper, because I think that's going to give a better look. And then I've still got the top to do. At the moment it's back fastening, but I'm going to bring it round so it's front fastening. I don't think most of my viewers are going to be interested in in-depth tutorials, but making over Barbie clothes. So what I'm going to do is, for the rest of the video, I will show the item before and after, and just briefly explain what I've done in case anybody's interested, and then we'll have a look at all of my models together with the new capsule wardrobe at the end. And I think that will be a plenty long enough video. Top's all done now. It now fastens up at the front. I've used some crochet cotton to make a tie with some little beads on the end, and I put a popper at the bottom to keep it all closed.
I took the top stitching off the trousers, decided I didn't really like it, and they now fasten at the back with a popper. Now I want to make her a flower crown, and I'm going to use some of these artificial flowers that are just on a wire, so I'll just twist some together to create a crown. And I've found some little dinky beads that I can thread onto some more of that crochet cotton to create a couple of strands of boho beads for her. And there she is, all ready for the festival. I really like how she turned out. I've tied her hair at the back. I probably should put some plaits in it and some beads, really, to look proper festival. Now I'm going into the pink dress. I'm going to harvest some bits off of this princess dress, which I'm not so keen on. I'm going to take the flower off, so I think that'll look really cute somewhere on this other dress, glam that up a bit. And I'm also going to take this net off as well. I really like it because it's got the bright pink starry sequins on it, and I think that'll work really well with the other dress, just to make that a bit more glam and luxurious. I've also found some pink sequins there to go with it, so I've got everything I need. And here she is. I found her a little piece of jewellery. I've stitched some sequins down the front. I love the look of that big flower on the skirt there, and I think the extra layer of net really helps to make that just look a bit more luxurious. It's now fastening at the back with this. I created these kind of ties at the back, lacing at the back, and that's worked out quite well because it gave me a chance to add a bit more width around her hips because it was a bit tight. So they're ready to go. What's next? I'm going purple now, so I've got a couple of those dresses on the left. I might use this one. I'm going to cut in half and turn into a skirt and a top, and take that motif off because I think it just will peel off. I might use these dresses to add some extra bits in, and this longer one I'm going to harvest the net off it and use some of the top part to make a little kind of boob tube, and I want to make it so it will mix and match with these trousers. There, the top's all done. I've added some ribbon shoulder straps. I put a hook and eye at the back to make it look like a little bra top, which I think is quite cute. And I've layered the net and the skirt fabric together and added a tie. I took the motif off, cut the top up the front, and added a couple of faux buttons, just sequins, to create this little cardigan jacket top. And I think I'm pretty much done with this. And I think it's probably time to wind this project up because I probably spent long enough on it, and it's getting really hot and sticky up here in this room. I think they all turned out really cute though, and I've had a lovely time.
I'm going to leave it at this. I'm going to bring in her friends. This one's just got pretty much the original clothes as they were, except that I took the Velcro out and just replaced it with poppers, and I just think that makes the whole top so much nicer. So I've done that. I will do the same thing with the fastenings on these two. Other than that, I'm going to leave them as they are, and I think any of these would go nicely with the little furry jacket as well. Let's put the furry jacket on this one. So I'm going to leave it at that, and if anybody watching has a budding young fashion designer in the family who would enjoy this, a little collection, I'm very happy. At the next live stream I'll do it as a giveaway, so I'll put these into a pack along with the rest of what's left in that original pack that I had, and some scraps and trims and stuff as well that they might like to work with, and they can carry on and do their own thing with the rest of what's left here. That will be hugely improved just for changing these hideous Velcro fastenings. I was just going to try that one more thing, which was the shoes, colouring the shoes, and I did think that perhaps one of the easiest ways would be just to use a permanent marker or a paint pen. Now I've managed to find 4 actual pairs of shoes, and I can't find any other complete pairs. This one's an odd one, so I'm going to try this one first. And I'm just thinking maybe just a permanent marker would be the easiest way, so fingers crossed. And paint pens would be brilliant as well because I've got a good range of colours in those. Might take a couple of coats maybe. You can see that's going to cover pretty well actually. Yeah, I don't think that's going to come off too easy either, so yeah, very happy about that. It's just so boiling hot in this room. I simply can't do any more today, and I want to finish this video up before I go away for the weekend, so yeah, I think that is going to work really well. Let's bring the other ladies back in. So we've got the hippie chick already going to a festival, someone going off to a red carpet event. I think this one's probably going, I don't know, clubbing, and this one's shopping. I did think I really need to do something about the bags as well, because it would look nice if they had some bags. I did think one idea that I had, I think would be fun, would be to take what's left of this dress that I use part of it for the trousers, take these ribbons off. There's another little piece of this left somewhere. Where's it gone? Here it is. Enough to make a bottom, and you could make a really, use another piece of ribbon for the, to make a better handle, and you could make that into a really nice little bag, or maybe to match this one's outfit. Handles are facing the wrong way, but you know, yeah, make her a fun little bag. Yeah, so there's plenty left there to play with. I just I think I've reached my limit for today. Let's line you up for your close-up, ladies. I don't think I'm likely to be doing any more Barbie clothes thrift flips, but I did quite enjoy that. Haven't played like that for a long time. Okay, so that's it. I'm steaming here. I'm going to leave the girls here till the morning. I'll come back and tidy up in the morning, and I'm going to go downstairs in the cool now. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit of a strange video really, but once I got it into my head I had to do it. And I did actually really enjoy myself. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you again really soon. Bye. Melting.